Hello and welcome back to Flip Motors UK. Today is quite a big day for me. So it's actually my first day being self-employed. So we've got a few bits to do. I've already popped to the parts supplier. I did drive over my own Hoover attachment thanks to all the mess. So I've got to go and pick up a new one of them shortly. But for now, I'm getting on with this little 207. So this is the one that has an engine light. It's had map sensors, been playing about with all sorts. But I fixed it yesterday, which I'm quite proud of. It turns out it was the throttle body. Didn't need replacing. It was just all gunked up from all the carbon deposits and so on. So I've cleaned all that out, and guess what? It's working absolutely perfectly now. No surging or anything. So we're just in the process of giving it a good thorough clean. I've got my little jet wash. I've started doing the engine bays, not like obviously the block and everything, but just around the edges. Giving it a good clean out. Got some nice equipment actually ordered from EZ Car Care. We'll see how this little car comes up. We've got a Mariva up for sale. That's a 1.4 turbo. There's quite a few about, quite low priced, so I've put this up for just 1995. It's got almost full service history, and it's only done 62,000 miles, which for its age is absolutely nothing. We'll see how this little 207 comes up for today though. I think we'll make a really nice car out of this. The seats and that need a good scrub, but I think it'll be quite satisfying. And I know it's only a cheap car, paid $250 for it, spent roughly the same getting it right. So if you can get £1,000 back for it, I think you're doing pretty well. There certainly will be no offers from £1,000 though, as it looks great value for money. And I've spent money on the sump and the service too, so it's going to be great for someone, and it's going to be a really tidy little car. I will show you that after. Got a Fiesta. That needed a steering rack, which to be fair is a mechanical one, so it only cost 30 quid second hand. I did try and buy a refurbished one, but it was just too much faffing about with returning the other rack, getting it off, and Jim having it stuck on his ramp and so on, which wasn't fair. So we've got the final bit to do on it. It also had axle bushes and a tyre, I believe, as well. I've got a boot switch coming for it today, and just a fresh set of trims, that sort of thing as well. There's nothing too major really. That's a nice little thing. It's a 1.25 petrol. I think it's done about 120 odd thousand miles, but it drives really well now. Nice little car. Drove it to the Middlesbrough game the other day, which we sadly got beat again, but there we go. So I'm going to get on with this 207. I'll show you as and when I'm doing that, and see what else I've got to show you, because there's plenty on at the moment, to be honest with you. And that Mariva, what a fantastic little car. Some of you may have already seen it on my Facebook and Instagram page, LCCS Trade Cars Darlington. It is also on the Auto Trader. There we are, 207, looking a lot better. What we've still got to do on the outside. It's all clean now. Just dried it off. All the sills are looking good. So we've still obviously got a bit of hoovering to do. Wet vac for seats. But outside we've got the plastic trims. I want them all glossing up. Bit of tyre shine, bit of polish on the bodywork. Should be a nice busy little day for me for a first day. It'd be nice if we could get a sale in pretty soon as well. That Mariva, like I say, that's a lovely, lovely car. And the 207's what I'll be asking for it. Well, I'm not going to let people come begging for it. It's a really good driving little car, to be honest with you. And it'll be, I'll let it go for £1,000. Not a lot of money for a car with a full MOT. I've even done some of the advisories on it. Some would say I'm going a bit too far, but there we go. I do things right here. So here we go. It's 115,000 miles. Seats would benefit from a good wet vac, which I'm going to be doing shortly. I've got a fog light bulb to put in, but here's something for you. So if you do get a 1.4 petrol 207 and there's codes coming up for map sensor, check the throttle body first. Apparently it's quite common. It took quite a bit of research online, but I eventually got there. A couple of map sensors later and what have you. Bit of dive by the mechanic, but it's done now. It wasn't a map sensor. I've left a new one in anyway, because I think I've forgot the packaging, and you know, it's got to be right on it. But yeah, not the map sensor. Clean the throttle body off. I took it off. It's 3 Torx bolts, a couple of air boxes, air pipes out the way and all that. But yeah, a good clean up. Didn't use anything too fancy. Nice scrubbing brush on it, bit of soapy water type stuff. I think it was G101 I used. And yeah, all sorted now. No sticking. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. It's a 2007 car, but what a difference a bit of polish makes. I'm not saying it's immaculate or anything, but I think that's come up really well. If I was being picky, I'd have probably
proper doing all the scratch treatment on the back bumper and that bit of touchings, but why would you? I think I'm going too far as it is. Obviously all this is going to be our troll. It's a really nice tidy car. Put some fresh wheel trims on it and that. Seats drying out nicely, so I'll just get on with a bit of our trolling and some, whatchamacallit, tyre shine. Put some tyre shine on while we're waiting. Get the outside looking right, a little bit of a tinkle on the inside, and then we're about done. There's just a little bit of polish left on there, isn't there? There we go. But yeah, it's come up really nice, this one. I've just noticed the front tyres as well. They're pretty much brand new. I've blacked all the steel wheels as I always do. Give the headlights a quick polishing, not perfect, but it's a lot better than they were. But there we go. Be a nice little car for someone, this. Be on with a Fiesta next, I think, because my boot switch is getting delivered to my house shortly. My Hoover attachment's ready to pick up, so I'll give the inside a proper go over shortly as well. I'll catch up with you then. There you go. So now I am self-employed. I can do more what I want. So what I'm doing is, while the cars get dropped off the tracking, I'm going to go to the gym down the road. Bettering myself. And we're getting the cars all sorted as well. Not too bad, that, is it? Killing two birds with one stone. And I've picked up my new Hoover tool that I drove over before. Excellent. We're back for a bit of lunch soon, and then back on finishing off for 2:07 when it's all dried out. There we are, so we just had to leave the Peugeot and come back for seats to get in there. I do want them drying off a little bit better though. But they are looking a lot better than they were before, I must say. Not perfect, but I've done it myself, so there you go. Got all the plastics to do still. Other than that, probably a bit of air freshener, I always do that. The little Fiesta's just took me to the parts place. I've got the boot switch for that now. That arrived at my home address, and also a fresh set of wheel trims for that. It's had the tracking done. I had my workout and I'm feeling much worse for that, but oh well, there we go. Megan still in bits, engine mount. So I got this one and then realised that it needed the other engine mount as well, which is somewhere down here. So that's for the Megan as well. It also needed that one there. So I'm going to be doing that at some point, possibly tomorrow. But yeah, nice and busy. Peugeot's getting there. Won't forget that advertised and pictured today, weather dependent, and well, we'll see how early it gets dark and how long it takes me to get done. I don't want to rush it. You can't rush perfection, can you? But here we go. It's definitely looking better with that hour troll though. That's on James from Chops Garage. That's his recommendation, and trust me, it works. It looks absolutely fantastic. Be a lovely little car for someone, that. We've also got some news on the Mini that we sent to the auctions. Do you remember that? So I was suspicious it was potentially a head gasket fault. I never got it to lose any coolant or anything, but it was looking a little bit creamy, and the third gear was grinding when it was going in. I think the synchro was gone or something. I didn't really want to sell it on as spares repairs because people don't understand that, I find, and they still expect a new car. I thought, what's the best thing to do with it? I bought it from the auction. I'll put it back through the auction. So I give it a quick clean, done all the plastic trim so it looked a bit brighter, and I actually feel quite bad because it's gone through the auction. Obviously it owed me 600. I put a reserve on at 450 because it wasn't a bad thing, sensible mileage. It's gone through at 850 quid, so £100 over cap, I'll take that. I made the mistake. Someone else has obviously done it as well, a little bit worse than mine. After fees, they'll be paying over £1,000 for it, which isn't too good, but it's what happens, isn't it? It'll happen to me next time. Well, it happened to me the time before, so there you go. It is what it is. I always think that's the best way to do it, though, because I don't know. I don't want to deal with members of the public on cars like that. And like I say, I made a mistake from auction. Put it back through there. It's the best way to dispose of cars like that, I think. And then obviously people do get the chance to look around them, as did I. I obviously didn't do my checks correctly, and there you go, lesson learned. But anyway, I've made a bit of money on that Mini. There we are, just making a start on the interior plastic. So we spray, I'm currently using the EZ stuff, rubbing it all in with an interior brush. Get all the little bits of dirt off and so on. And then it's just a case of, well, it's basically spray on, wipe off. Looking much better. I always put a layer of autoglim on top, vinyl and rubber. Gives it a nice shine, but without being sticky as well. You find some of the cheap stuff makes the plastics really sticky and they're not very nice to the touch. But this stuff, really, really good. And there we go. So, first day of self-employment, and this is the first outcome. So we're getting on with the Fiesta, but the Peugeot is ready to advertise. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, to be honest. For the money, £1,000. Yes, it's an old 207. Yes, it's got 115,000 miles. However, just look at that. It's come up lovely. And don't get me wrong, I think the valet isn't quite up to my usual standards in places, but it's not bad. And realistically, I know a lot of you will probably be telling me that I've gone too far with this, but what's too far? At least I know with my car. Any other car this person looks at that buys this on Marketplace today will not look this good. Mechanically, it won't be this good. It won't be this clean. Now that's what it's all about. Someone's going to get a cracking buy here, by the way. I'm going to go and get it pictured in my favourite spot behind Blackwell. I may have to change because it is a bit out of town, and especially with it being winter, the car's getting a little bit dirty on the way there. It's only 2 or 3 miles, but still, I can't be bothered with that. So we'll see if I can find a nice picture spot locally. I know I did a poll before, but it just looks so good there, doesn't it? And I think it does appeal for buyers as well. Okay, so there we are, all ready for sale, all cleaned up. Just been doing me pictures. Probably going to do a little bit of a walk around video for any enquiries as well. It's always worth doing that, because if you have to dig the car out in the frost on a morning, it takes forever just to send a video, doesn't it? And let's face it, you might never hear back off them, so I always like to have an enquiry video open. I'll see if there's any additional questions or things a customer wants to say, then I can show them that. And it also gives confidence to people to maybe travelling a distance. I mean, the way this car looks, I think I would travel a distance for it over something more locally, because I can see that it's very well presented, it's been looked after, well, since I've had it anyway. And then it's been prepared to a high standard. I can obviously show the customers that I've had it serviced, MOT'd, I've done some of the advisories. It's had an oil sump, recent tyres, not by me, by the way. I can't remember what else, but yeah, there we go. I've had a battery as well, brand new battery. The only light that's on is, well, the fuel light's just popped on there. Still under 100, it's still in 115 to mileage. And this is going to make a really good car for someone, this. Happy first day being self-employed. There we go, a couple of nice little cars up for sale. Just need to get the advert done for Peugeot now. All the pictures have come up really, really nice. It will be going live on my page, which is LCCS Trade Cars Darlington, on Facebook and Instagram. Mariva's already up, that's only 1995. Excellent value for money. It's got loads of service history, front and rear parking sensors. It's got the suicide opening rear doors, which are really practical. Ideal family car, isn't it? It's only done 62,000 miles. Got the Fiesta in. More wheel trims added to my horrific wheel trims pile. If that all needs to go to the tip, that might be a tomorrow job. But yeah, got all the wheel trims off. It has had a bit of paint on some of the bumper corners before, but I think I can't really expect perfection, can I? It's got plenty of MOT on this one, so we're just going to black all the steel wheels, get them cleaned up. It's got a boot switch to go on it, which is this bit here. It should just be plug and play. Mechanics kindly diagnosed that, as well as that he's also I'll do that when I've got two hands anyway. No, there we go, it's off. Mechanics kindly diagnosed that and left it off for me, so it's just going to be plug and play, get the boot back working. Didn't notice that small crack in the rear light, that's a shame. That's where it's had a bit of paint. It's not the best, to be fair. I don't know how it shows up on here, but it's going to be a cheap car. It's probably going to be your first car. Again, how far do you go? It drives well. It's had the axle bushes done. It's had a new second-hand steering rack. I'm going to give it a quick clean up. It's already quite clean inside, to be fair, so get this all sorted. Fresh wheel trims on it, and yeah, be a nice car for someone here. And obviously we've got the McGann in the background to do some engine mounts on. That'll probably be a tomorrow job, to be fair. It's all apart though. Big intercooler there. And then I need to decide what I'm doing with that, to be fair, don't I? I was going to put it up through the auction going up at WB and Sons, but I don't know. It'd be nice to get it done, really, wouldn't it? While I've, well, hopefully got a little bit more free time on my hands. But yeah, quite a successful first day, I think. So, how's my first day self-employed been? Well, I have given a 207 a full valet. Had a couple of trips to the parts supplier, till station. Oh, sorry, screw fix. I do apologise. Pulled the Fiesta in, and we're doing a couple of daft little bits, blackness steer wheels and the boot switch tonight. And what else have I done? Oh, I got the tracking done on a Fiesta as well. So that's, aside from the little bits and pieces I'm doing tonight, it's pretty much ready to put up for sale. 207 will be advertised, but at the same time, while the car was getting tracked, a little Fiesta, I popped myself to the gym as well, so I feel better for that. Could be a good routine, to be fair. Keeps me on the right side of getting fit and so on. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've really enjoyed my first day self-employed, and looking forward to what the future holds for me. If you could, please like and subscribe. That does help me. I do get a small amount of income off YouTube. Understandably, I'm a bit nervous. I am going to have to be paid for myself and my bills as well. So yeah, understandably very nervous, as well as losing a decent chunk of money a month from my former employment. Thanks very much for watching though. I'll catch up with you on the next video. Sorry about the delays over the festive period, but I'm back to it now. I'm going to be trying to get you a few good decent videos out. Take care now. See you later.